Welcome to Late to the Show. I'm your host, Prophet34. Today we're going to bring in the Key Light. It's an LED key light, pretty much for streaming, other stuff, illuminating some area that you want to make sure you want to control the light. This is probably a project you want to do or you want to get hardware. And what it is, it comes with much more. So this is for streamers that want to have the LED light and make sure their facial, other stuff is going to come out. Or if you're doing green screen, this is probably something you want to control. Now, there's a lot of LED lights out there, but they have limited function. Now, this one, you could actually have multiple functions by controlling, and colors by controlling through your phone. So we're gonna go ahead and set this up and see how it works. And if you guys are looking for something like this, maybe you want to take a look at it. And before I commence with anything else, 90% of you guys that come into my show are non-subscribers. They see what they want and they walk away, but I really need assistance. If you guys could get the like and hit the subscribe button, if you can, help the channel out so we could bring more items like this. So let's go ahead and begin. So first of all, we're gonna open the box out and see what you guys get when you get this thing. So this is for, it goes for like 200 bucks on Amazon right now. And you could get it in multiple areas, of course. But today, I went to Micro Center. And I got this on Micro Center. They actually had 4 of them. Today, I bought this one because it's necessary. My lighting's not the greatest here, so I wanted to bring an overhead light and a small compact light, because what I have currently are too large of a lights, and some of them are even Home Depot lights are not even working for this kind of production. So I want to bring the best lighting I can, and also able to control it where I could dim it down so it wouldn't be too hot. Maybe different color lights on different color products. So let's go ahead and open it up. This is what you get. Instructions, step-by-step instructions on how to mount this and how to plug it in. And pretty much there is a desk mount that it comes with it, and it's an extended arm, and it's basically tells you that it's made for LED, how it's supposed to be properly set up. Product, downloading the application, features, controlling from your computer, those are part of the system. You could remote this to your phone, or you could remote this to a desktop, and you could control the light features and the dimness, the brightness, the type of lumen that you want, because there's different kind. There's soft, there's hard light, there's bendable light. So we're gonna go into some of the stuff, not into too much details, but this is something that's good for the production of streaming. First of all, instructions. Big cardboard instructions. They got rid of the big booklet, so this is great. I like this. But the only problem is that if you lose this, there's your instructions. The other things, you could go online and get more information, get the same kind of information that you get on the cardboard, you'll get it online. Foam, it's very well protected. Here's the main product here, and the slimness of it it's amazing. It's like a really slim. The only bulkiness, we're gonna go ahead and measure it right now, see how thick the thickness of it. So let's go to open it up first. This is the first time I'm opening it up, if you guys can see. So we're gonna open it up, make sure there's no cracks on it. Product looks like it's well made. And right now the thickness is supposed to be, I'll give you guys the thickness just of this burial part first, and that's gonna be 1/2 inch. Together with the other one, it's gonna be almost 2 inches. So 1/2 inch, and with the back end, which is this back, it's gonna be 2 inches. All right, so 1/2 inch on this part, and together will be 2 inches. So make the calculations there. Product comes with the power adapter in the back. It tells you how many voltage, 13 volts. All right, it has 3 different features: on, off, and then there's a power 2. I'm not quite sure, so that's what we're gonna look into it a little bit more into the product as soon as I start using it. It has a lot of heat vents here, of course. If the product starts getting hot, overheating, it has a bunch of heat vents in here. Connection to the power, and that's pretty much it. Now, it does have the feature for your actual stand right here. You see it, there's a little hole right here that you have to squeeze it in there, and this will actually work on a regular camera stand too, but not recommended. So please look at the manufacturers before you purchase, because some of the camera rack tripods are not very strong and sturdy. So keeping that in mind, this product is made for this type of feature. It's a little heavy duty, and we're going to open it up here. box, what you get on the box, it's the power, and it comes with different power sources and for different countries, different power plugs actually for different countries. It's well made. It's heavy duty. We're talking about almost 1.5 pounds. It's really sturdy. The grip is almost as the same as a freaking monitor stand, and it's pretty strong, so this is not going to move, of course. Safety locks, there is no safety lock. It's pretty much you strap it in there wherever you're at and you grab it. So this is the actual stand. It expands up to maybe a couple feet. Let's see if we could get how many feet we could actually expand it to. 34 inches plus another 10, so it'll be probably 45 inches altogether of expanding area. And of course shrinks down to, let's shrink it down, 20 inches plus another 10 to maybe we're talking about 30 inches, but the pole by itself is 20 inches. From here, from the actual stand to the actual tip, that's 20 inches without it, but like I said, it expands all the way to 30 inches, another 10 on top of it. So we're gonna go ahead and plug it in and see how bright we can get this going. So right now I'm directly into the light, and as you can see it's really bright. It's going a couple of lumens, and this is pretty much lighting up a lot of stuff. So let's go ahead and put this in place. It's a tape. Let's see how well it works and how well descriptive it has. So right now we're going to put this a little bit on the side. I'm going to hold it in my hand and I'm going to zoom in some more. This is before and after. So if you guys see, this is the regular lighting. If you guys could see it, the regular lighting, and if I put this over it, even over it, it's not that bad. I mean, it's gonna give it a lot of things, and it changes the color. Like right now, if you guys can see, there's a lot of yellow involved because of the current light I have. It's not daylight on some of the LED lights, and this one we're gonna go ahead and configure it and mess around with it. So we're gonna turn it off right now, and we're gonna program it, see how well it works. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the product. First of all, let me flip it over, just learning some of the stuff. Now, the number 2 slot right here will be to reset everything, even the Wi-Fi settings that you need to have on this in case you're going to travel or sell this to somebody else. Number 1, it would be to turn on. So the one feature I find out about it, that it turns on and then it turns off. But what you got to do is you got to wait 15 seconds, and then what happens, the product actually turns on and it starts developing heat and starts setting up all the connections you have. So that's very important to find out about that as you go along. Those that don't read the instructions, I'm pretty much giving them to you. This is what I'm reading about it. So let me give you some more insight on it. Let me turn it off. All right, first of all, what you guys got to do is you got to make sure you download the Elgato, but in this case it's called Corsair memory. So I'm not sure why they changed it, but of course, like I said, they got bought off. So Elgato Control Center, you install it, and this is one way you're gonna actually connect your product to your actual cell phone connection, or like I said, follow the instructions for the desktop. And like I said, it's gonna take quite a few minutes to download. We're gonna open up the control center right now. Before you control this, you want to make sure that you're in the same area. So yes, you want to go ahead and give it location, allow it all the centers, and so in order to find this, you got to turn it on. I'm gonna turn on the light. So to turn off, we go to settings, control panel, add accessory, and we're gonna find the key light here. Connect. You want to make sure you connect the same one. Now that we're connected directly to the light, so it's setting up itself on the phone, if you guys can see it, and the light's pretty bright right now. I'm gonna try to see if I can do it a little bit to the edge of it, because I don't want it to take the whole video and give you guys something false. So Elgato connected successfully. So here we have the control of the light. So if you guys can see it, I'm gonna move the panel to different brightness. If you guys see it, this is more like a dull light, like it turns yellow, and this is pretty white right here, and then blue soften it, and this is actually pretty bright. I like this. Look how bright it gets. and it's all through your phone. Like I said, they do have the settings that you can control on your computer too. You don't have to have a phone like I do, and it's one of the great things I have. I like it. If you guys can see it, it's controlling it. Changing the light, it only changes to pretty much like a red orange light kind of thing. If you guys can see it, I'm gonna dim it down some more so you guys can see some more. It might not correctly come through the video, but I'm trying to see if I could get you guys different colors and dim it down. This is like the lowest color settings I have, and it's and you could turn it off here too. Like I said, off and on. I'm gonna turn it on, and it tells you how there's a heat button here, and there's a menu button too to identify in the firmware that you currently have. The hidden settings, it's a hidden settings. Like I said, there's identification of the product, firmware, and serial number. So we're going to bring it back to its brightness. This is like the brightest it goes, but that's not the full brightness. That's like the whiteness of the bright. So here we go to the brightness, and this is actually really bright. So we're going to turn it off. I'm going to leave it at the brightest and see how well it works, bringing it down. So like I said, I'm gonna throw it that way if you guys can see the brightness on it. So, and if I put it over my head, it's gonna go over, and I'm gonna pick it up a little bit, and look how bright it's gonna light up the whole studio light. This is just one light, and if you want to put it over it, like I said, over the product, this is super bright, and this is the brightest. Of course, I wouldn't use this whole super brightness if you guys could see it in my little small camera. It's gonna go over pretty much on this direction. I'm gonna try to see if I could have it not facing me, pretty much facing the products, and that's how well I'm gonna actually be streaming at, live streaming it, kind of putting it over my head, not over my face. If it's too bright, like I said, it could turn it down. If you guys can see my face on one of them, I'm gonna turn it down. And this is super bright. This is really, I can't have something like this on my eyes 24/7 or something like that, or playing a game. So this would be pretty much away from my eyes, and I could even soften it up too. But if you soften it up and change the color, it kind of changes the character in me too. So I kind of prefer the white or the blue light instead of the red light. And then this is too bright. This is super bright. I'm not sure the lumens, but I will put the product information right next to it so you guys can see how many lumens it actually has. And like I said, you could power it off and on. You know, this is a great product, but the price is a little hefty. But if you're a studio, or you're a streamer, or you're into the industry, on the movie industry, this is probably one of the lights that are really powerful. I mean, the brightness on it, and it changes the color of it, the different tones of it. It's probably in the market one of those people that are into something like this. And this is, I highly recommend you, if you can afford it, maybe buy something like this. But for something like, if you're gonna put it in your face for streaming, it's gonna distract you from playing. Even if you tone it down, it's a little too bright. This is gonna be something for more when I'm doing live streaming on products I'm fixing, or talking about products like this. And this will actually kill some of the shadows I currently have right now. Like if you guys see, you see my hand shadows and everything. Those are the things I'm trying to eliminate so people won't get confused on it. So this is something I'm gonna bring up, and I'm gonna start streaming through this and see how well it works. And if you guys have any questions on this key light, let me know. Hit me up. I love all those questions you guys set up. And like I said, 90% of you guys non-subscribers, if you could hit the like and subscribe, and help the channel out grow. And I'm your host, Prophet74, and we're out.